Welcome to the podcast. My name is Anthea and today I have a health practitioner with me, Jessica Owoo, and we're going to be having deep conversations about health, mental health. Welcome, Jessica.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. I know you're very busy. You're all over the place. You're working. And I've managed to pull you here.
Yeah.
I appreciate the effort. I don't take it for granted.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
When it comes to mental health, I can leave everything.
Everything and just run here. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Then it must be something that you're very passionate about.
Yes.
Take me through your journey. How did you get into mental health?
Okay, so after high school, there were three things I wanted to become. I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be...
like me.
That dream still stands anyway.
Same here.
Yes.
I actually did it for 2 years and then I threw it somewhere. Too much reading. But anyway, go on.
Okay. All right, so I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a nurse, but mostly a nurse.
Okay.
So I didn't know how to go about it, like become a nurse.
Okay.
But anytime I see them in their green uniforms...
Oh, the uniform used to attract you?
Yes, like they used to look very smart. And I like people who really look clean, well-dressed, not the ones with the,
Okay.
Yes, but... So one time I followed my uncle's wife. She took the baby to child welfare clinic. So I saw the way the young nurses were all over the place working, and I told her that, you see that green uniform they are wearing? I'll wear it. You just give me time.
You are projecting into your future,
yes. So whatever happens to me, I'll wear it. And by then I kept rewriting my SSC and maths for 5 years. I rewrote that paper for 5 years, but I never gave up. Because I knew what I wanted.
That's what you wanted to do.
I wanted to do. And so, one day, there's a mystery about me becoming a mental health nurse.
And that's why I want to know. This is why we're here.
Yes. So I didn't know anything about mental health. I had no idea. I knew that there was an asylum at, that's how they used to call the place, Accra Psychiatric Hospital. So one day, it was one Saturday morning in February 2008. And I had a strange call.
Phone call?
Yes, a strange phone call. And the person asked me, am I speaking with Jessica? I said, yes, I'm Jessica. And I asked him who he was. He said he's Dr. Charles. I said, I don't know any Dr. Charles. He said, you are my patient.
You're his patient?
Yes. He said, you are my patient. You are the one I'm looking for. And I said, I don't know any Dr. Charles. He said, I'm at Kolebu. I see to you all the time. I said, no, I don't fall sick and go to Kolebu. So it's not me. He said, it's you. It's you I'm looking for.
Wow.
What do you want to become? That was the next question.
It's a bit strange.
Yes, it was. But I was taught phone manners at a very young age, so
right, you didn't hang up like me.
No. So I was very patient.
Okay.
And I spoke with him, and he said, what do you want to be? I said, I want to be a nurse. He said, okay, so now that I've spoken to you, you hear from me again. And he hung up. So I didn't hear from him again, but something just told me that I should save the number. So I saved the number on my phone as Dr. Charles. And we kept communicating. No, I didn't hear from him again.
Had you maybe spoken to somebody and told them that this is what you want to do? Put me through this person?
No. If I want connections, my family can do that for me.
Right.
But nobody. Apart from my uncle, I'm very close to. And even him, I didn't give him details. By then, I had an admission to University of Ghana. Which I didn't want to go because I didn't know I could even go to the university and go and do the straight degree nursing from there.
Right.
So I still wanted to go to the nursing training and wear green because that was the vision.
It's all about the green.
Yes.
Okay, so the man?
So the man, after I spoke with him from that time, I didn't hear from, that was in February. And then the forms came out. I bought my forms, took a bus, went to Koforidua myself. I went to the Koforidua Nurses Training College and presented mine and submitted my forms there personally. So it was after that, then he called me when something strange happened. When I was on my way going, I had a strong feeling I should get down and go and make photocopies of my forms.
Okay.
So I did. I got down from the bus and I made the photocopies and I kept them. So I submitted the original ones and I came back home. So I think after a month or two, he called me again. Jessica, the forms are out. They've closed it. Did you buy the forms? I said, who is this
Who's
man?
Who's the strange man behind the phone?
That is commanding me left, right, front, center, as if he knows me from somewhere. And from all indications, I don't know him. I've never spoken to him. You come to the scary part of the whole thing.
There's a scarier part than this?
Yes.
Okay.
So when he said that, he said, you're supposed to buy the forms. Have you bought it? Which of the schools did you choose? I said, I chose Koforidua NTC. No, that's not what you are supposed to be. That's not what you are supposed to do here on this earth.
On this earth?
Yes. That's not what you're supposed to do. That's not what you're supposed to. I've told this story many times to people, but not had the opportunity to sit behind a screen and speak about it like this. So when he said that, I said, what is this? I said, no. And he was specific. You have to go to Ankafo.
That's mental?
Yes, Ankafo Nurses Training College, because we have the biggest psychiatric hospital over there.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's in the central region. He said, you're supposed to go to Ankafo. I said, Ankafo. And from childhood, all I knew about Ankafo was people who are mentally challenged. That's where they take them.
Right.
So I asked him, what am I going to do there? He said, you're supposed to do mental health. So that's when I heard about mental health.
Right.
And I had a friend, I told him about it, and I told him that this is what
has happened.
He said, so I would like to read about it. So he took me to, there used to be this internet cafe at Circle. What's the name? Busy something.
Oh, Busy Internet, I think.
Busy Internet, yes. So he took me there, bought 2 hours time.
The man?
My friend.
Okay, your friend.
My friend. Bought 2 hours time. We sat there, browsed, and helped me print out a lot of things to come home to come and read about mental health.
The man that you spoke to on the phone.
Yes.
Did he set you on the path of discovering?
Yes.
More about this mental health?
Yes.
He got you thinking?
Yes. I said, what is mental health? Why mental health? He said, no, that's not, you can't do general nursing. That's not what you're supposed to do here on earth. You are supposed to be a mental health nurse. And that was the first time I knew there was a difference between the general nursing. I thought, even though it was on the forms,
you thought it was all the same?
I thought it was all the same.
Right.
You just be assigned to different roles and all that. So when that happened, it got me thinking, and I told my friend about it. Bought 2 hours time at Busy Internet. We sat there, printed a lot of things. We went through so many things, and that's when I had the understanding, and I got interested.
Were you not afraid?
No.
You rather go interested?
Suddenly, I developed some kind of liking to, yes.
Okay.
Yes. And
did you hear from the man again?
So from that time, when he said that, he said, you go to Ankafo. So I presented my forms at Koforidua,
right.
But Ankafo called me. Yeah, Ankafo called me.
Okay, Mr. Mystery Man.
Yes.
Maybe somebody was feeding him information, or it could have been divine.
I didn't tell anyone. I'm that secretive about my things.
So do you believe that was divine?
Yes. Because
right.
now I know who I am.
Oh.
Yes. Yes, I know who I am.
Do you think it's your destiny?
Yes.
To work with people with mental health?
Yes.
What is it about mental health that makes you so passionate?
Okay, so after the man did that, I went to school, and even when I was going for the interview, we were on phone for like an hour or two. He coaching me
What to say.
the questions they might ask and how I should sit, how I should compose myself, how I should talk, everything. He taught me everything on phone. That was then, not today, that we have phone calls being cheap, that you can talk.
It was
like,
expensive, and
it was very expensive, but he spent all that time. And my phone number was an Airtel Tigo Buzz then. Yes. So I was using that number, and he called me with an MTN number. So
Didn't you feel strange, like talking to someone
no,
that you don't know?
He always told, whenever I'm talking to him, I have this sense of calmness and I'm at peace. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Maybe he was an angel.
Yes, I always say that.
And how many years down the line now?
From 2008 till now, how many years?
Ooh, that's a long time.
And I have never seen him again. I have been on TV, radio, and I always say that if he's human, but there's one part. He took me to a screening program. I took pictures with him. Later on, the pictures, he was not in the pictures anymore.
No, stop saying these things.
Yeah.
It's a bit too spooky.
Yeah.
For my liking. I mean, I believe in spirituality and all of that, but
yeah, that's the truth.
Near experience like this, he disappeared from the pictures.
He's not in the pictures. I had those pictures. They were on my phone. I was with him. He's not in the...
You know you were with him. You saw the pictures afterwards.
Yes.
And he was in there.
He said, give it to me, let me see the pictures after we took them.
Okay. All right. So we've established that you came into contact with an angel.
Yeah, so he took me to... He said that I should meet him at 37. So I met him in front of 37, and we spoke, and he held my hand and said, come, let me go and show you to my uncle. He works here in this particular office at 37 Military Hospital. So we went there, and I met this man with gray hair, very gray, old man. So I was wondering, 37, by this time, a man like this shouldn't be working here. He should be on retirement. So I asked him that, why is your uncle that old and he's still working here? He said that, he comes here to help them because he's an expert. So I was just flowing with the moment as it was. But later on, when he disappeared and I couldn't reach him, so the most scary part of the whole thing was that I remember when I was in second year, 2009, when I was in school, when we vacate and come back home, we have our clinicals. You have to engage in clinicals to be able to have your skills, right? So I was at Trust Hospital. And I remember that day, it was in September. I called him and I told him that I'm back home from school for my clinicals. He said, now you are okay. You are on your grounds now, so you are fine. You can be on your own now.
So meaning that he can leave you...
That's what he said.
To do what you have to do.
That's what he said.
Your purpose here on earth.
Yes.
Amazing.
He said now, and I asked him that, where is he going? He said, I will always be around, but I'll be watching you. So now there's someone in your school watching over you. Those were his words. I'm paraphrasing for you.
When I met you, you spoke about mental health so passionately. And that's the reason why I decided I wanted to talk to you further.
Yeah.
Now I have a deeper understanding where all that is coming from. How many years have you worked with people with mental challenge, mental disability?
So I'll say 7 years.
It's been 7 years.
7 years.
And what are the different aspects of mental illness?
They are different. No condition is the same.
Okay.
No condition is the same because we have different forms.
It's bipolar mental illness.
Yes, it is. and we have depression, we have post-traumatic stress disorder, we have schizophrenia, we have so many of them, autism, all those things.
That's mental health as well?
Yes,
Autism.
because it affects the behavior.
So anything
pattern
that affects
your thinking, your feeling, and your mood. Anything.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Is seen as a form of mental health.
Yes, mental illness.
Mental illness. Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
When you are mentally healthy, then it means you have the ability to think well, you are in balance with yourself.
You can make informed decisions.
You can do things that will support you, make decisions that will support you and the people that are around
okay,
you.
but when a person cannot make a decision to even go and bath, they have to be prompt.
There's something altering that. Then it means you are ill. Illness can cause you not to be balanced.
Right.
Yes, emotionally, psychologically, and socially.
So is there anything as mental disease?
No. A disease can cause you to have an illness.
Right.
Because if I have infections can cause a mental illness. If I have infection, HIV is an infection, right?
Right.
Yes, HIV can cause you to suffer from mental illness.
Due to the trauma, from the depression that one may go through.
The virus can travel to the brain and affect everything.
I see. I mean, I saw an alarming number that made me think, wow. Apparently, statistically, there's about 2.4 million people in Ghana at the moment suffering from mental illness. I think I even sent that to you.
Yes.
And that was quite scary because everybody looks normal. Everybody acts normal. Well, majority of the people that we come into contact with. I mean, every now and then you may come across someone with, slightly odd behavior here and there. But even that, you don't look at it and think that person has a mental illness. How would one identify that maybe this person I'm living with or this friend that I have, or even they themselves have mental illness?
One, is the person's mood changed? Is their feelings changed? Is their behavior changed?
Constantly or?
Yes.
Right, okay.
So you just can't take a day to say that you have a problem or something. Even if you come to the hospital and you have to be diagnosed, you have to be under observation for like 14 days, 2 weeks, for any doctor or psychiatrist to give you proper diagnosis. Sometimes it goes beyond that because they need to observe you. Some of the conditions mimic each other. So sometimes you need to be under proper observation for them to be able to give you a diagnosis that this is your condition.
The cause.
Yes, and with the causes, they can find the causes from assessment. We can find the causes of whatever is causing you to behave or be in that mood or be in that behavior. Right. But
what are some of the causes?
We have infections can cause that, childhood trauma, environment, genetics play, and family history plays a very important role in that. And also we have
emotional.
Yes. Trauma, anything you've gone through.
Heartbreaks.
Yes, it can cause that.
Right. So all these things can
cause someone to have such an experience. And if you are prone to that, that's when you have the genetics, right? You need to be very careful about certain things. That's why sometimes you say that, this person smoked and nothing happened. And this other person just smoked and they've gone
a bit.
Yeah.
So does that mean, so those people might have
they are predisposed.
Historic.
Yeah. They are predisposed to it. They have a family history of that. So the moment you come into contact with the stressor, anything that can make you have a full-blown condition,
chances are they will go into that.
Yes.
So then from what I'm hearing from you, that means people who have maybe family members who have mental illness in their families are likely
Yes.
if they don't pay attention to certain things that may trigger.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a deep information. How does...
So even, excuse me, even back in the day, you see that when our parents or our grandparents are going to get married, they'll say that they have to go to the background of the person to go
to
and
check
find
whether
if they have any
the family,
form of,
yes.
excuse my madness or something or anything in the family. Yes.
So the people that maybe we see on the streets who are maybe they've gone a bit too far, completely naked, and they're not even aware of themselves. Does that mean that those ones have completely lost?
Psychologically, they are not well.
Clearly.
Yes. Socially, they are not.
But there are some people that may have mental illness and are still aware.
Yes.
Of their environment. They know they have to take their shower. They know they have to eat. They know they have to go and do their shopping. But then you also have the other
That's why
group
we have
of people.
levels of everything.
Okay, so is the levels.
Yes. So those people need how do I even put this for you to get it well? Such a person experiencing that going on the street. Maybe it started from somewhere, but they didn't have someone to
control it
or help them seek help or support.
Okay.
That's how come they are on the street. But the moment you bring, sometimes it will amaze you. We can find one person, take them to the psychiatric hospital, treat them for a week, and when you see them, you make them out. It's just the support they don't have.
So your job role is what? What exactly do you do for these people?
I'm a registered mental nurse.
And what exactly do you do?
I'm in the community now. So what we do is that those who have been discharged from the main psychiatric hospitals, those who were on admission, those who were taking their medications and all that, when they come back into their communities, we go to their homes, we find out how they are doing, we make sure they don't default from their medication, we make sure that they come to the clinic and come and take their medications. We do follow-ups. We have therapies for them. We have a psychiatrist who come in to come and check on them and review their cases, if they are doing well, if dosages of their medications have to be reduced or increased.
Right.
And also those who have to be reintegrated back into the community, if we form support groups and other things for them to also feel important. Because if you have mental illness, does not mean that your human rights should be robbed of you.
Right, okay.
You need to be you should be part of your own decisions that are made for you. Now, it's not right for you to say that you are not mentally sound or you've had some form of mental health experience. So then you'll be relegated. You wouldn't be part of anything important. Now, they are all part for their medications, everything. If they don't want to take the medication, you can't force them because the law does not permit that.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are the treatments? Medication, just antidepressants?
Medication. It depends on the condition and the medications that
we
have antipsychotics and other things that we give, antidepressants and all those things that we give to them. But I cannot say that now because if someone is feeling in it, some way, somehow, they might go and... But you can purchase antipsychotics over the counter.
Okay.
You need prescription. They are all prescription drugs.
Right, okay.
That you can, before you be allowed to purchase that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first time you went into that environment, how did you feel?
I was at peace. I was at home.
You were not afraid that somebody can do something to you? You were not afraid of their behavior?
No.
It was very normal to you?
The training starts from school. So whilst you are in school, you have time to go on the ward. Time to go on the ward to find out what... Because you are trained. As you are doing, you do 2 weeks classroom, you do 2 weeks on the ward. 2 weeks classroom, you do 2 weeks on the ward. So before you even come out, you are doing the work without even knowing that you are.
You are doing the work.
But the first time I went there, I was very observant. And if you are
looking at the different behaviors,
yes,
that you know how to position yourself, yeah?
You have to be alert all the time when you are there. You can't just go on a psychiatric ward and just be walking about, and
anything can happen.
You have to watch your back and watch each other. We watch each other's back,
right?
Because you don't know when someone will be in any bad state to come at you. So you need to also be on guard and watch out for each other.
When you first came in, you sat down and you said, everybody has a form of mental health. That didn't sound right. Mental illness. Sorry, why does it keep saying mental health? It didn't kind of sound right to me. What made you say that? And like, based on what?
Okay. When you look at all the people in this room, he's yawning.
Is that a form of mental illness?
If you can ask him what is really happening to him in his thoughts, if you should have a deep conversation with him, you know that there's a problem somewhere.
And that's the reason why he's yawning?
No, he's yawning. He needs rest. He needs to sleep. So he's not balanced in his thoughts.
So then, if I understand you, any time a person finds themselves a little bit unsettled in their mind, they are exhibiting some form of mental illness.
Yes. Everyone.
If that's the case, nobody's safe.
In a day, everyone exhibits it. In a day, even me, I have. And I've had my own experience of mental health conditions. I had depression. I had an experience of depression.
Okay.
When I didn't even know that's what I was experiencing, until I went for a workshop.
Okay.
So everything they were talking about, it was like my story being told to me right in my face. That was when I woke up and I called my uncle and I told him that I need help.
What kind of help?
Yes, you need help. They should find you a psychologist. Even though I'm a mental health nurse, I couldn't help. You being a mental health practitioner does not exempt you from having an experience.
Yes, because I was going to ask you, how are you taking care of your own personal?
Yes. So after that experience, I've learned a lot. Not to be too hard on myself.
Okay.
Take life a day at a time. Allow things to be. I think I was too hard on myself. And I used not to express emotions.
Okay.
When I'm not happy, I won't express it. When something is not going right, I won't talk about it. I'll bottle everything up. And we are human beings. One day, we are like machines. One day, you can easily break down. And that's what got to me.
That's what leads to other, episodes which can go out of control.
Yes. And I got to the point where I felt suicidal. That thoughts of hopelessness and the sad part of the whole thing was that it was at the time when I had just finished with my master's.
Right.
Where I should be, because it's something that I really wanted to do. I had just finished and I felt that I could do more than that.
So you're being too hard on yourself?
Yes, I could do more than that. I wasn't happy. I felt as if I had not done enough.
Right.
Yes, but then I asked myself, someone wishes to be in my position.
Yes.
So why am I doing this? So when I went to see the therapist, we had a long conversation. So now I have learned to talk to myself.
Okay.
Yes.
Isn't that a form of mental illness?
You talking
I thought talking to yourself when nobody's there.
Not like talking to yourself in a way where, but talking to yourself to calm yourself.
Confronting yourself.
Yes. That.
Right. Okay.
Take it easy on yourself, a day at a time. Everything will work out. God is in control. He's the one that directs our path.
Yes.
So he will make everything perfect for you. If you know that, you will not
worry yourself too much about
No.
certain things.
Yeah.
So many, growing up, I mean, I always had this belief that mental illness was mainly associated with spiritual aspects of things. I didn't think that, it had anything. I mean, I've heard of depression and stuff like that, but I never even related that with mental illness. You just think the person is depressed. They'll snap out of it. And majority of the time people do.
Yeah.
Does it have anything to do with spirituality?
When
Or
it
is it
comes
just
to wellness, you can't take spirituality out. Everyone must have some form of belief, something they believe in that helps them, that is of higher
meditation?
power. That is of higher power that supports their well-being. So you can't take spirituality out of health.
Right.
It's part of it.
Meditation.
Yes, spirituality is part of health. But what you shouldn't do is building solely on it that someone did this to me and not seeking medical help.
Okay.
So you can do both. That's why even wellness has like 7, 8 dimensions. We have financial, emotional, psychological, we have spirituality, and other things.
Yes.
Right? So all these things come to play for a person to be whole. So if you are lost in one, then it
Then
means
there's an imbalance.
is imbalance, and then there's a problem that you need to take care of. So I always tell people that don't listen to people telling you that God does not exist, or this does not exist, or there's nothing in this world. The world is just there. No. I always say that you have no idea what people consult or look up to.
Definitely.
There's something they kowtow to.
Definitely.
Yes. So find out before you listen and tag along the things people say. Ask them what higher power do they
Consult
to before you can say that. If you know yours, hold on tight to it.
Right.
I know mine, which is God, which I believe in Jesus Christ. So that's what I hold on to.
Definitely.
So find yours. And
so apart from holding on
to
to God, our source, knowing that, that's where our stability comes from and all that,
Yeah.
what other ways can people take good care of their mental health?
Well, eat right.
When you say eat right?
We have different forms of meals that we have. You have carbohydrate, protein, and all that. Make sure your diet is always balanced.
Vegetables, fruits.
Yes. Be physically active.
Exercise.
Talk about things that you are going through.
Yes.
Not just to anybody. You must have people, at least everyone must have at least 5 people in their support system.
Right.
That they can look up to when they need that support. Because someone can say that, oh, I have a friend. I have just one friend. No, that's sometimes
there should be that person that you can open up thoroughly.
To. Yes.
Without hiding anything.
Exactly.
Talk about everything.
Whatever, as scary or as horrible,
bad as it may sound.
Yes,
right.
you have someone that you can open up to. Maybe there's someone who is a listener. You must have someone who is a listener, someone who is a giver, someone who will tag along wherever you want to go. They will go with you. And you have someone that, if you want them to come to your house, they are always there. But if you have just one person, that would be too much for one person to contain. You understand?
Right.
So we must have at least
different people around us at 5.
Yes, and when you are down, who stands in for you? That's a question when it comes to our wellness. People need to think about who stands in for you. Because there are people who have a lot of money, but when they are down, they don't have anybody to stand up, so they don't get the proper care that they need to.
Yeah.
So find someone that you have assigned, that your lawyers or whoever knows, or your family, your significant other, or any other person knows that this person will be there for me when I need that person.
Definitely.
Yes, to give me that support.
Definitely.
Yes.
What's next for you from here with this whole aspect of your career? Where are you
I
going with
have not
this?
even started yet.
Okay.
I'm just
Still finding your path.
no, I'm warming up.
Okay.
Very soon you will hear of me.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe some centers that will help
the whole world will
people.
hear of me.
Excellent. That's
Yes,
great.
because mental health has become, after COVID, it will surprise you that during COVID, I had to counsel about 5 young men who were suicidal. And I'm so glad that they are all doing well now. These were people that if we had let go of them, it would have been another story, but I'm glad they are all doing well. It's not easy, but every day they take it a day at a time. And those are the things when I sit back and I look at my success stories, I'm glad that I did not give up when I encountered that man. And I thank God for bringing me this far. And he knew what
He wanted
he wanted
you
me
to do.
and he knows that I can do it well. That's why he positioned me there to do it. So,
Well, Jessica, I think you are exceptional.
Thank
and
you.
I'm so happy to have sat down to talk to you, to know your mind. You've educated me. You've educated a lot of people.
Yes.
And I'm sure now people have things to hold on to in taking care of their mental health.
Yes.
Thank you so much
Welcome.
for coming. And I hope to see you again soon.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for watching. And I will catch you again soon.